So, hello everyone. This is Seigo Tono of Short Shorts Film Festival in Asia. This is our second online discussion with our international friends. And today we are very honored to have Cara Cusumano, who is the festival director at Tribeca Film Festival. Hi, Cara.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, well, long time no see.
It's true. I was there.
I believe I saw you the last time was at Tribeca Film Festival about 3 or 4 years ago, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was at your festival, I think, just before then.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it was such a fun time. And you know that the world has changed since, our last encounter. And today I'd like to ask you, a lot about Tribeca Film Festival. But first, can you introduce yourself just quickly?
Of course, yes. I'm Cara Cusumano. I'm the director of the Tribeca Film Festival. I've been with Tribeca for 13 festivals.
Wow.
So it's been quite some time. And I also oversee the Tribeca TV Festival that we've been doing the last couple years, and sort of work across the film, TV, live events programming that we do year round.
Yeah, and you are also head of programming.
Yes.
Yeah, am I correct? Wow. Wow. Well, before I get into more about, your festival, can you just tell me quickly how the situation right now, regarding the COVID-19 in New York? Because, in Japan, we heard a lot about, terrible things from New York, during lockdown. Yeah, how things are now.
Yeah, it's pretty good right now. New York was hit very hard, very early within the U.S. So right around when we needed to make the decision to postpone the festival, it was escalating really quickly in March. But I think everyone has been really responsible and really responsive to the situation. And fortunately, we're in a much better place. So everything is looking really positive, and we're starting to reopen. There's some outdoor dining happening and some drive-through events, drive-in movies. So we're finding our way, but definitely making sure that we're taking our time and doing everything really safely.
Wow. Okay, good. So, our main discussion here is about the We Are One, a global film festival that you organized. And so your festival takes place usually in April.
Yes.
And this year, so, you organize this We Are One film festival instead of having the real film festival at Tribeca. So how did you come to initiate this film festival? I mean, the Tribeca Film Festival, yeah.
So we had to make the decision to postpone the physical Tribeca Film Festival in March, and pretty much immediately started thinking about what that meant and what else we could offer to filmmakers and to the community, given the situation that everyone was in. So We Are One was one piece of that. We did also pivot a lot of our programming into kind of virtual online versions of certain programs, and that happened first, most immediately. And then We Are One was really the idea of Jane Rosenthal, our festival founder, who had this vision of doing something that was global, that was bringing together a huge audience and a huge community of film festival organizers as a gesture to really the founding of Tribeca, and kind of where we come from, being organized right out of 9/11 as a way to bring communities together and to start to heal around film. We felt like this moment really resonated with that, and we could step up as the festival to sort of lead that charge to bring people together and to remind us what the movies can do, and how we can still experience that all together and feel not so alone when we were all feeling very separated from each other. I think it also comes really organically out of Tribeca's history of being a really innovative, technologically forward festival, where we've done virtual reality programming for a number of years now. We were an early adopter of TV. We've had podcasts at the festival. So we've always been really screen agnostic about what kind of stories we showcase. So adapting our format to an online event felt like a natural evolution and something we were really well positioned to think about and to organize.
Wow. So your team, when did you decide or start to organize this, We Are One Global Festival, and how long did it take for the preparation, until, everything is up on website?
It happened really fast.
Yeah.
I think it might be the shortest. We were actually looking into whether there's a world record for how quickly a film festival was organized. I think Jane had her earliest conversations with YouTube, who were our partner on the event, within days of us postponing the Tribeca Film Festival. And we started outreach to festivals, a couple weeks later. So really, I think it was still March or maybe early April. And then of course the event itself was happening in May. So it really did come together really quickly, and it was a testament to the sentiment, that everyone just jumped in feet first and were really ready and excited, both the festivals and the filmmakers. Everyone we reached out to wanted to be a part of it, and really, especially when so many of those festivals were dealing with their own postponements and cancellations and impact, and really wanted to devote time to making this happen.
Wow. So you partner with Cannes Film Festival, Locarno, and even, from Japan, international, Tokyo International Film Festival. So how did they react to this? So they were very responsive and very also cooperative to this idea. Yeah.
I think it was really important to us that the event was global, and that no films were geo-targeted or blocked anywhere. So you could log in anywhere in the world and see the same thing that everyone was seeing, and to have those festivals curating for everyone knows their own community so well. So having those festivals curating for their part of the world really did feel like it was everyone coming together. And as I mentioned, they were just so enthusiastic. It just felt natural, and it felt like the sort of right thing for us as a festival community that we could offer. This is what we do. We curate movies, we show movies to audiences, we bring people together, and suddenly it had a lot of impact and a lot of value to the global community in a totally new way that really felt irresistible and essential.
Great. And so you had this festival for 10 days, I believe. And you also had the award ceremony online, totally online. So how was it? Because Tribeca, of course, you have this glamorous red carpet, and all the celebrities come up and have good time. But how was the online award ceremony? Was it also difficult, or?
Yeah, again, the response was so positive, and really it was heartwarming to see how enthusiastic people were. The jurors that we had talked to that had signed up to, as you say, come to the festival and see films, go to premieres and go to parties and have one experience, we were suddenly asking them to do something totally different, but they were home as well. Everyone's under quarantine, and these incredible industry people, luminaries, were just wanted to support the filmmakers, and if there was something they could do from home that would do that, they were all in. So we were really lucky that pretty much all of our jurors and pretty much all of our filmmakers wanted to move forward with that. So even though their films were not able to premiere, we showed them to the jury, and we did award all of the festival's prizes so that those films can hopefully use that to kind of help them get distribution deals, help them play more festivals, and ultimately kind of connect with audiences moving forward in similar ways that the festival itself would have helped.
Oh, good, great. Thank you very much. Were there any, because we are a film festival from Japan, we are interested always how Japanese filmmakers do well in overseas. And were there any Japanese films at Tribeca this year, even in short films?
Let me check. Trying to remember what we had. We had Ainu Mozir was a Japanese feature that was in competition this year. I think it won a special jury mention.
Sure. And also, I believe there was a short film specifically made for this
Yes.
global one film festival. Koji Fukada's Yalta conference, I guess.
Yes, for We Are One. That was really fun too, because a lot of the films have played festivals and people are familiar with them, but we did have a couple brand new things premiering as part of We Are One, and that one in particular was exciting because it was made for this festival. We had reached out to the Tokyo Film Festival about participating, and they brought us this proposal, and we knew it was being made, and we were kind of waiting to see cuts. It was really fun, and it ended up being one of our most popular selections.
Oh, great! It's good to hear. Thank you. Okay, so now I'd like to ask you questions regarding short films, because we are a short film festival in Tokyo. I'm sure you receive so many short films each year for your competition. And what kind of short films do you look for at Tribeca? Usually.
We have an incredible short film team and program. Sharon Badal and Ben Thompson, who I know that you know, lead that chart. And yes, and are really incredible curators of short pieces. I think they look for similar things that we're all looking for, things that surprise us, that we haven't seen before, that feel like it's a fresh voice and someone doing something different. I think when you watch as many films as we do, which is for them thousands of films per season, you start to see people making similar choices and some similar stories and artistic approaches. So people who feel like they have an original vision and they're showing us something new really stands out. I also personally really love in a short film when it feels like it should be a short film, that it embraces the format, that it maybe gives you a little bit of that twist ending, or it doesn't necessarily feel like it's an audition for a feature or they wish they had more time, but they really embraced what it means to be a short and did something appropriate for that form.
Oh, great. Yeah. Well, actually, that was my second question to you. What is your favorite, what kind of film is your favorite in short films? But you answered it now. So, yeah. Okay, great.
I think a short comedy as well. We see a lot of dramas, and so things that are doing something in a different genre. Short docs, we actually don't see as many as narratives. So comedies we could always use. The last few years, we've had some sci-fi and horror short programming that has done really well. That's exciting to see. So I love people kind of using the full palette of tone and genre in shorts as well.
Great. Thank you. Because we know also, because we are a short film festival as well, short films are not yet really commercial content, because now we have more, like media like YouTube and, Netflix and other channels. But still, I think it seems to be that short films are a step for filmmakers to become feature film directors. And how do you see short films? How do you see the potential in short films in the future? Do you think it will become one day one of the major commercial contents, or what do you think?
I think it could. I mean, I think one of the things that we do see year to year is that a lot of these traditional barriers are breaking down between like what is a feature film, what is a TV series, what is a short. I don't know that those are such meaningful distinctions. The further we go into this, people want to tell stories, and if it takes them 6 one-hour episodes or it takes them 1 15-minute piece, it should fit what the content is. And I think audiences are becoming really receptive to that. They just want to see something good, and if there's great shorts out there, I think the audiences will embrace that. And I wonder, if the situation that we're in now with the lockdown and the virus is actually going to impact these things, because it's certainly going to change how people make films and their resources are. And I think it's already changed what people will watch. I mean, you've seen an explosion in VR. People are more receptive to watching VR, and the sort of traditional theatrical film experience has stopped. So audiences are kind of being forced to look to different content than they might have otherwise assumed that they wanted. And I think there's real opportunity there for creators, and especially short form creators. We had an incredible amount of success with a program that Sharon curated for us for Tribeca called A Short Film a Day. And right when a lot of festivals were canceling and postponing, we were putting up alumni short films every day that Sharon had curated that were, upbeat and trying to kind of give people a little bit of a diversion from everything that was going on. And people really responded to it, and were engaging with those posts much more than some of the other, other initiatives we've done over the years. So I think there is real opportunity.
Right, sure, yeah. And also the use of technical device is changing right now. I'm sure many films, especially in short films, are shot or made by mobile phones. And what do you think? Do you see also the trends in your short film submission? That many of films are made by mobile phones?
Yeah, certainly. And, mobile phones, but also just sort of cheaper, more commercially available equipment is hugely democratic and really allows people with, if you have an idea, you can make a movie. I did it. So it's much more available to people than it had traditionally been. And especially short form, I think the barrier of entry is lower. So you see a lot more, and maybe you see more hit or miss too, because people are kind of out there trying stuff, but that's how you get to be a good filmmaker. And so giving people those tools and having it be something that's really accessible for anybody who wants to tell a story, I think is really good for the art form.
Oh, thank you. Great. Thank you very much. So lastly, well, thank you very much, Cara, for your time. And lastly, just can you tell us, what is going on right now at Tribeca Film Festival towards maybe summer or fall? Now that, during your festival, your normal time in April, you couldn't do the physical screenings. Are you planning some physical screenings in later year, or?
Yeah, so we were officially postponed, not canceled. So we are still continuing that conversation about what the postponement looks like. We're still in a holding pattern until New York allows cinemas to reopen and allows larger gatherings to come back. I think we can't really make more concrete plans until we know about that timeline, but it is something we talk about and are planning towards. And in the meantime, we've been working on a series of drive-in screenings. So those are happening in New York, also in LA and in Dallas right now, and they're going through the summer and then later into the summer and early fall in partnership with Walmart as well. So we're going to be doing kind of classic film screenings for audiences around the country while we all kind of wait for movie theaters to come back.
Oh, great. Oh, thank you very much. Well, I wish you good luck with your further activities. And once again, Cara Cusumano, the festival director at Tribeca Film Festival, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you remember the word arigato?
Yes, I do.
Okay, arigato. And say hello to Ben and Sharon for me.
I will, of course. Thank you so much.
Okay, hopefully we collaborate each other again.
That'll be great.
Okay, all right. Good night. Thank you very much.